My name is Brett Johnston, and I'm a partner at Frontline Concrete Pumping, partner with my brother, Kellen. Frontline's been around since 2006. Started right here in West Haven, Utah. Been in the industry for 27 years next month.
My name is Kellen Johnston. I like residential. It's a little slower process. The finished product is more of an art, right from placement to the finished product. But we do venture out for contractors. We'll go where they need us to go.
So I started concrete pumping because I actually came off the farm, and in October '97 I was hired by Brundage Bone as a laborer. From there, learned how to run a line pump, and then eventually moved into running a boom pump. We've got 25 units now, and we range from truck-mounted line pumps to 57 meters. Out at the northwest quadrant, taking a look at, that's a 1.1 million square foot building, and we've done several of them that size, multiple in that area, and they all look just like that. We've got a plan. We lay out, we actually dive in when they're bidding the job and kind of divide up the job and figure out what do the pour sequences look like. How are we going to break up this building to maximize their efficiency, but yet still get it done in the time frame that they want to get it done in, and have the right equipment on the job. So we may end up pouring 2 1,100 yard pours a week or 3 1,100 yard pours a week. Something about building a school that while you're there's a lot of pride in the fact you're building a school in a community that that thousands and thousands of kids are going to have an opportunity to attend. And being a part of that is very fulfilling. That school, Roosevelt Elementary School, is an old school. It's been part of that community for a long, long time. And the reason why we're doing that school is simply relationships. So the person that's leading that project, just simply called and said, hey, we've got this new school that I'm doing. And so it's going to be 2 phases. We're going to do the first phase. When that's done and school's out, we'll tear down the original building and then start phase 2. And so right now we're working on phase 2 of that project. And again, in that older community, putting in a brand new elementary school, it brings a lot of life back to a community. When you start to, resurrect, if you will, these old buildings and this old, kind of nostalgic part of a community, what happens is the rest of the community kind of follows along with it. That project is for, another friend, but it's for somebody that's special in our industry, so it's his private home. And Chad McAnally, he's been part of the Frontline family since we started. So we're just getting ready to leave our teenage years, obviously, but Chad McAnally has been just a huge part of our family and our team, and very loyal. And our guys we have so many guys that people love to work for, and show up. And when they get to work for that person, they get excited about it. That's one of them, and making sure, again, we have the right piece of equipment on the job. Chad's very familiar with that. The right operator on the job, or that 5-section 40 meter, just a great unit for that type of project, especially residentially. It flexes easy both ways, but having it on that job, doing that driveway next to that beautiful home, and just making sure that once again, things just go like they're supposed to, and everybody's happy. Yeah, so that job is up in Morgan, Utah, and it's for, again, a very loyal customer, client, friends. And they took on this Riverwalk project, and we've done them all over the northern Utah so this specific area, they put in some new pickleball courts. That's another big thing here in Utah. We've done hundreds and hundreds of these courts. So they want to make sure the community could access those pickleball courts safely. What they do when they have these bridges is they put them down underneath the bridges. And so we had to build some infrastructure. So the first thing they had to do is dig it out. And then they had to put in some sump pumps to keep the water out of it. And then we brought in a 32Z and placed the concrete from both sides of the bridge to get the concrete placed for the footings. Yeah, so Z-booms are really what our focus is. So when we buy a piece of equipment, we're really focused on what could we use that piece of equipment for. So we don't buy any more roll and fold pumps. Everything we buy is more of a specialty pump. We buy 38 meter 5 sections, 32 meter 5 sections, 40 meter 5 sections, because when we buy something like that, it just opens the door wider to all of the available uses that we have for it. So when we move in and do something, we have the right piece of equipment. You can always do a normal job with that pump. We have a large fleet of Z-booms. So, like Whitney Apartments, for instance, that job started, so we got the majority of the job just because we had the bigger toolbox. So if it was on the ground floor, we'd be using a line pump to do the same process. Because it's elevated, we want to boom to that elevation and then run the line, and it just makes it go again more efficient. And that's the real focus, is making sure we've got the right equipment on the job.
Done a lot of RZ work, and the 47, I just like it because you can do so much with it. Especially with the RZ, and running an RZ is like when you get out with that big boom, it's a very smooth piece of equipment, especially to put down the mud when you're running it in the RZ formation like it's supposed to be. It's a very smooth machine. Today we're just pouring a slab on grade. We're doing it with the 47 RZ. More often than not, but I mean, in theory, the flat workers, when they're pouring the 5-6 inch slump mud, the 3.5 is a really nice hose to put on for them.
Yeah, I've known Jason Robinson since 2004. 2004 is when we bought first pump from Jason. I was part of another company and kind of went out on a skinny branch, and we had all Putzmeisters at the time, and bought our first Alliance pump, very first 40 meter that we bought. And so when we started Frontline concrete pumping, that was really where our focus was at, was the bang for the buck. We took a lot of heat for buying Alliance concrete pumps, knowing that everybody else in the rest of Utah either ran a Schwing or a Putzmeister. There weren't any other brands in the area. And now today, as you fast forward, that relationship's been around for 20 years. And every time we go to order a pump, Jason knows exactly what we want, how we want the pump. He outfits them the same so that we don't have any surprises. And so we get what we want, and we get what we want when we wanted it. So a lot of the times he's calling, going, hey, here's where we're at on production. So if you're really wanting something by here, you need to get in line now. So often we've ordered pumps, quite often a year in advance, we order our pumps. So we're really planning ahead to make sure that we get the equipment when we're really wanting to get the equipment, because if we waited till we were ready to buy it, we wouldn't get one. And he's pretty good about the offense and communication on those things, as well as that just being a good friend. We've done a lot of fun things together and spent a lot of time together, and I've actually taken my family to his home and spent time with him, and so we've just became good friends, and there's nothing better than doing business with a friend. Buying Alliance pump is really a partnership. They don't just sell a pump. That's just the opening of the door to the relationship and the partnership. So they really do partner with you as an operator, as a company, to help make sure you're successful. And they know that their business has grown and became so successful because the people they sell their pumps to, their businesses have grown. Yeah, Alliance Concrete Pumps has definitely helped our business succeed. We've been down the road with other brands of equipment, and quite frankly, there's not a ton of difference between a pump. The real difference with Alliance is the support. If you need parts, you're gonna get them. If you need help, you're gonna get it. If you need tech support, they're gonna answer the phone and they're gonna give you the tech support. If you need somebody on the road to come help with something, they're gonna get somebody out on the road to come help with something. If there's a warranty with equipment, they're gonna get somebody out to help take care of that warranty timely. And say we do our boom inspections annually, and we use a third party for boom inspections. We get our boom inspections done. Let's just say we've got a major repair that needs to be done on something. It's pretty quick, the turnaround, where we take pictures, measurements, we send them off, engineer repair, cut out the material quite often for us and send it right out so we can get the repair made, or at least give us how we get to make that repair to make sure that it gets taken care of. Getting parts when you need them is everything in pumping. It's everything. Having someone answer the phone is everything. And we've worked with enough of the suppliers in different companies to know that's why Alliance is kicking everybody's butt.